I think the poet or the filmmaker or the musician, the poet must not avert his eyes. You must not avert your eyes. This is what is coming at us.
Hello and welcome to One Good Thing, the podcast that tries to find the member of the race family that can actually fight. I'm Paul Salt.
I'm Paul Goodman.
And this week we shall be joined by the guys at Baby Beard, hosts of Shut Up and Take My Podcast and The Imaginauts. Boys, please introduce yourselves and give one reason why One Good Thing's discerning listeners should check out the podcasts at Baby Beard.
Oh, shit. Hi, guys. I am Sean, and the one reason that you should listen to Baby Beard is that you don't have enough Australians in your life.
We are, as you say, good value.
Good value.
Good value, yeah. Is that
Come
you?
on.
I'm Phil. One good reason to check out Baby Beard is we have a podcast that takes place on an interdimensional flying machine. How many podcasts do you know that do that?
4.
Fuck, only about 3.
You spoiled it. I'm James. One good thing, I don't know, like in the Imaginauts we kind of talk about anything. Yeah. I would say we enlighten people, but we don't. we obfuscate. Yeah, it's just a bit of stupidity, really. But a bit of fun. Yeah. A bit of fun. It's factual.
The Imaginarium sounds fantastic. I first heard about you guys and know of you guys because of Shut Up and Take My Podcast, and I think our listeners should listen to that, which is a Futurama retrospective, where they go episode by episode through Futurama. I think you guys should go check that out because it's really obviously recorded by 3 guys who just love Futurama, and that love really comes through in their excellent discussions. And also their episodes tend to be around half an hour to 45 minutes. They don't prattle on for up to an hour, pointing out the good things in movies that people can't remember or care about. Surf Ninjas! Surf Ninjas is a New Line Cinema presentation of a New Line production brought to you by Sega. The movie has everything the 90s had. Sunshine, surfing, Tone Loc, Sega, Leslie Nielsen, Rob Schneider, child endangerment, a runtime of under 90 minutes, and optimism about democracy.
Yeah, nice.
Critics hated the movie. Janet Maslin over at New York Times said another one of Hollywood's efforts to prove that American mall mentality is at home in any corner of the globe.
Do they go to the mall in this movie at all? I don't think there is a mall. No, they can't afford that.
Nope, there is no mall. So what are you talking about, Janet Maslin?
Yeah, jeez.
Fucking
Did you
New
even
York
watch
Times.
the movie?
Didn't even watch the movie. Typical New York Times.
Fake news.
Meanwhile, Desmond Ryan at the Philadelphia Inquirer said, "What do ninjas and surfers have to do with each other? You've got me, and I heroically sat through all of Surf Ninjas. Desmond Ryan, you hero. You hero of a man."
I still don't believe him. He's not a verifiable source because there was surf and ninjas. And I think
Sure.
But what do they have to do with each other?
Like, they were never one and the same. I debate the heroically part because I'm pretty sure that Sean watched it twice this week and he's not a hero.
I watched it at 6:30 this morning.
Jesus.
I am a total coward and I sat through all of Surf Ninjas. The public reaction was a little better. Mustang Boy 66 over at IMDb said, "It's a comedy, ... and then gave it 10 stars. So,
That feels slightly sarcastic.
So, Paul, Sean, Phil and James, you hot young surf boys.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi.
Hello. Why are we watching this movie? Tell us, Baby Beard, why was this recommended to us?
This was Sean's pick, so we're going to let him talk about the glorious Surf Ninjas.
I'm already hearkening back to when we were sitting around watching it, and halfway through the film, Phil is laughing deliriously, also in pain, quite a lot of pain, and just says, "Why did you make us watch this?"
Yeah. So please explain, Sean, because I still don't understand.
This was my childhood. I wore out this VHS tape over and over and over, and I recall absolutely adoring this film and finding it the funniest.
Did you want to be a surf ninja?
I was a surf ninja.
No, you never surfed.
I actually never have surfed.
3 Australians, none of us have surfed.
But no, I hadn't watched it in a good 15 years or so, and I thought, I wonder if this film holds up.
Did it?
it holds up in the sense that it still exists.
It's
Still a movie.
It's still watchable. It's watchable, yeah. I mean, I remember seeing it once. I only remember a few bits of it, the ninjas, and one particular gag I'll get into later. But I don't remember it being very memorable at all.
Oh, I was a surf ninja virgin, so this is my first run at it.
Right.
It was just so 90s. It was like walking into
so
a time
90s.
machine, which I think was the main thing
painfully.
I got out of it. I think on that was enough reason for us to pick it. I
Really
think
delve into it.
as like a 90s relic.
How are your inner children feeling right now?
Foolish, I think.
Yeah.
Naive. Yeah, I think they're not. Our inner children are all grown up now.
I feel really betrayed.
The outer children now.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you guys could, summarize ever so succinctly for us, as we always do, the plot to Surf Ninjas.
Well, Pauls. We start out with what any good film should start out with, which is our narration.
Yes. I think what the key to a successful narration is a bad voice.
Someone who doesn't act.
I could tell he was wearing an eye patch before he appeared on screen, despite the voice. It was weird.
They came to kill the boys as I knew they would, but I was there to stop them. Their past had finally caught up with them.
All right, let's get out of here.
Now the time had come to prepare them for their future.
He sounded like that.
So we get narration from Zatch. So
Zatch.
wonderful naming of a character there. Zatch, who wears a patch.
Yeah, you're all just picking that up for the first time.
So narration-
Mind blown.
and so we are introduced to Johnny and Adam, our heroes. Johnny, who is meant to be 15, and he's about 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
Adam,
fucking ripped.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
It was making us feel a little bit weird about maybe thinking, having these kinds of thoughts and feelings about somebody who was meant to be 15.
It's like,
Yeah, I'd do a quick check.
is anyone else feeling the same way about Johnny?
Pauls, we're actually all ripped and shirtless here, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just-
it is true. I have been to Australia. I do know.
All of us are ripped.
That's just what 15-year-olds look like out there.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to Johnny and Adam, and they're in their lovely, expensive home on the beachside. And,
Yeah.
this is where the scary bits come in, because there's a knife, and there's a breaking and entering, and it's Iggy.
It's
Iggy.
It's Rob Schneider.
Oh, it's the scariest possible thing you could imagine. Hold it on the end of that knife.
It's actually
Get the knife.
And Iggy's supposed to be their friend, right? Like their high school buddy.
yeah, he's in the same class.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's more believable that Iggy is Mac's lover.
Wait, whoa.
I thought he was like an
Was he
uncle.
supposed to be in the same year?
Yeah, no, he talks about that he's at the school, and he talks about homework, and Rob Schneider, at
And
the making
girls
of
and
that film,
stuff.
Yeah,
is
they're
30 years old.
Yes, we
Yeah.
figured out that
Yeah.
he's my age, my exact age now. And I haven't been in Surf Ninjas. No,
No, you haven't.
he drives a car and doesn't have elves or anything?
They
He
can
shows up with a cigar.
Well,
and-
is he maybe then remedial? Has he been kept behind? Does he keep flunking the
Oh,
fourth
yeah.
grade?
He's been kept behind for the last 15 years.
For being really stupid,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
15 years.
So
I've got a full
Iggy-
disclosure before we move on. Sorry, full disclosure. When his name came up in the credits, I got really excited. And then after the movie was over, I was like, "Hang on a minute, he wasn't even in it," and realized I had thought of Roy Scheider.
Oh my god, is
Yeah.
it like Jaws?
Yeah, I
love
thought
him.
maybe he
He's-
did a cameo. Like beach movie. Maybe he plays like the dad or something.
Johnny, Adam, and Iggy decide to go to school. But before this happens, some camo ninjas show up.
Yeah.
they do.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are they here to do?
Well, we don't know yet, but they finally found our heroes. But Zatch with the patch
Found
dispatches
Oh.
the ninjas in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 5 feet behind our heroes.
Yes.
Luckily they have no peripheral vision or hearing.
So our 3 heroes come to school. The great guru, the Baba Ram, is coming to school, and oh no, Johnny was meant to make a big speech for it.
I see. This is I started to ask my big questions of the movie at this point, where I went, why would the principal ask this dropkick kid to give this really important speech and expect it to go well? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
He's the worst
Yeah,
student.
and then later on, when he sits next to the prince guy, he like says to him, "This kid's great."
Yeah, he knows that he isn't.
But 30 seconds before that, he even threatens the kid.
Yes.
And says, "You better not do anything reckless." Well, you put him there.
But I'm pretty sure they say over the speaker before he starts that like he was chosen because he's Asian. Even though in the audience there are a lot of Asian students.
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of other
Yeah,
Asians.
so why did you choose him? He's
It was
obviously
actually an Asian school.
Oh my god!
You're gonna love this kid. He's our most ripped student.
That's why they chose him because like he's so hot.
He's our hottest boy. Yeah.
He's our hottest boy.
He's a hot boy.
We know that's what religious leaders like.
Yeah.
So after a lovely little musical number with weird music video editing,
Like it goes full into like music video where like the camera starts swaying and tilting and like so whipping past everyone, and I'm like, it's so against the entire film and how it's actually shot. It's so jarring. I'm like, what is this? It's
Yeah, there were a lot of Dutch angles I noticed, and I almost brought up my food.
What is the purpose of the scene? Like, other than, I guess, they introduced the number that they'll finish on.
No, you got to introduce the Barbara Brown for later.
It's
Yeah.
it shows us all that these are fun guys, and we're gonna really love the film.
Good at improvising, getting out of problems. Also, Sega paid for quite a bit of the film, and the Beach Boys paid for the rest. So,
Yeah.
Paul, I feel like we're going to get into another heated discussion because you keep getting facts that I have written down.
Oh no! Competing researchers.
No, but we're at the school basically because, like, to show that this ripped kid is actually a student. That's the only reason.
Well, yeah, I guess Paul Salt was saying it's like it shows he's quick thinker, right?
So we head over to more surfing and more different kinds of ninjas. We get the water ninjas.
Yes, water ninjas.
With the traditional ninja weapon of the harpoon.
Yes, the harpoon gun. Yep.
And
who cannily wait for the surfboard to be directly above them before firing their ranged weapon.
It's because they've never fired it before. They don't know what it is.
I was pretty disappointed that like they didn't attack while surfing. Like they didn't come up on a surfboard and like try and like, and they had like a little surf off.
Surf.
Like they had a little surf off, and then like they tried to do maybe like they threw a ninja star and like Johnny did a flip and dodged it. Like there was none of that. There was no surf
They just hit a dolphin who happened to be nearby.
hang on. Are they still operating from an Asian time zone? Are they jet lagged and just completely out of whack?
They're very tired.
We're not used to doing this in the day.
We're just gonna float. We're just gonna float and shoot them with harpoons. Okay,
it's the best.
Nice and easy.
I'm really. I couldn't get my stars through customs. What if I went to the local camping store? What have you got? Harpoon? I'll take it.
We'll get them in the water.
That was the Roy Scheider scene.
Yeah, the Roy Schneider.
He was manning the supplies.
We didn't.
hut.
It's like you might have missed him, but he was there. He was on the beach. There was a Spielberg zoom in.
All right. Now you pigs, get in here and clean up your bloody room. And I know best, because after all, I'm 37.
So Mac gets taken by the various ninjas that are around the burger joint, and Zach takes... God, there's so many names here. Zach takes Iggy, Johnny, and Adam under the beach, under the
boardwalk?
The pier?
Boardwalk?
Yeah.
Pier?
Under the boardwalk sounds a
boardwalk.
bit nicer.
And he lets
Steve
them know
Buscemi's under there.
that they are crown princes, and we get our first flashback. So it's a Patusan.
Portusan.
That's
That game
hilarious.
toilet?
No, not Portisan.
You hot young thing.
Also, Ernie Reyes Sr. can't produce a line from his mouth to save his life.
Nope.
He's not an actor.
He's also not that good.
No, he's also not a good
And
fighter.
he choreographed the entire film.
Yeah, but his son is much better at the moves.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Zach is legitimately Johnny's son. It's Ernie Reyes Sr. and Ernie Reyes Jr.
I'm going to go with the idea that he didn't want to show up his son, so he spent time making himself look bad and his son look
Lovely
extra
dad.
good. Because he knew,
After Earth
yeah,
thing.
yeah, he knew his time was over and he was dying.
I don't know if it ever began.
I'm dying, my son.
Pauls, through this flashback, we learn about the prophecy. Can you succinctly explain to me what the fuck the prophecy actually is?
I think the idea was you had this little kingdom of Partisan?
Yeah.
Partisan?
Parmesan.
Porta Potty. You had a kingdom of Porta Potty. And it had a long run of warrior kings.
But
a
they
long
lived in
run,
peace.
15 seasons.
Of hot young kings.
And then this guy of hot young kings.
Hot young. They were all really. They were smoking.
Ripped.
You have no idea. This kingdom was known for it. And as soon as they turned 20, out of here. It's like Logan's Run. Just
really changes the ending of the movie.
yeah, General
Chi.
Oh, what's his fucking name?
Chi.
General Chi, played by famous Asian actor Leslie Nielsen. Invades the kingdom, kills everyone, gets his face stood on by an elephant. But it is prophesized.
Like, the metal of his helmet literally caved in. Like, he should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flashback's very dark. It's like it's like, oh, there's like a big attack going on. Then it's this real comic moment. He gets crushed by an elephant, his own elephant. And then he goes on to commit genocide.
No. There is a running theme through this film. I don't know if you realize how dark this fucking film is.
Oh, it's dark.
She kills 2 villagers that we know of.
Yeah. He's a madman.
He does. But anyway, the prophecy said that eventually some righteous dude would come back on a surfboard and rescue the kingdom from the forces of evil, I believe. And he may or may not have a magic Game Gear.
Yeah, there'll be a seer or something.
Yeah.
The prophecy was very unclear on that.
It's kind of like Nostradamus or things like that, isn't it? Oldie time prophecies for modern day. Oh, the flashing magic box of the young hot boy, and they're like, that's probably the Game Gear.
The young hot boy. That guy is like. The young boy is like 10. We can't call him hot.
No, I'm not calling him hot.
He's
Rotten
30,
Tomatoes
he's
called him
30
hot.
now.
Oh, okay, now.
Rotten Tomatoes called him hot. Rotten Tomatoes' description for this movie is 2 hot young surfers.
Yes, it is. He's being serious.
Maybe
I
Rob
looked it
Schneider
up.
was one of them.
I had to make sure I looked up. I was thinking, oh no, maybe because Rob Schneider's 30, maybe the little kid's actually like 19. But he's not.
No.
He was 13, and he's a hot young surfer.
Yep.
Oh, no.
We are also introduced to another hot old man who walks off the set of a more serious drama in Lieutenant Spence.
I think some guys are probably leaning on your old man. They came in, they tore the place up, and he split. I mean, he's probably out there chilled out somewhere taking it easy. So don't even worry about it, all right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's a wild thing. He's a funky cold Medina. I don't know. Okay, for our listeners, Tone Loc made Funky Cold Medina and Wild Thing, and he's like a rapper, but he's like very mainstream. And I don't know what a Funky Cold Medina is.
But he sang about it.
You're not supposed to know
about it.
It's like Hotel California.
Yeah, but I at least know that's a hotel. What's a Medina? I don't know.
It's like a drink.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. A funky cold drink. But he did also show up in a whole bunch of 90s kids stuff. He was in Bebe's Kids and fucking Fern Gully.
Is he in Fern Gully?
Yeah, he was in Fern Gully. He voiced the creepy lizard who's gonna eat
I'm a lizard.
He's got a great voice.
Checks out.
I'm gonna go with like maybe he did what all tough guys eventually do: kids films.
Yeah,
that's where the money is.
So it seems.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Didn't work out very well for Leslie Nielsen.
No,
that tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy Leslie Nielsen.
Hey, he was in Police Squad. He's pretty tough, man.
One hot guy, Leslie Nielsen. He's ripped.
He turned into Liam Neeson. So
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
He evolved like a Pokemon.
We get 2 pretty damn important things happen here. One, Sega finally gets their plug.
Yes,
we get the Game Gear, and we get probably the most emotional residency I get from the film, which is he blows up the fucking house.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty cut up about it.
It's their home.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it.
Yeah.
It also seems kind of unnecessary, and it's there's kind of a bit of like background bloodshed in this movie, right?
Yeah,
where people are dying in the
everyone
background.
dies. Everyone really dies.
Everyone really dies, but like
Off-screen.
people get hit by dynamite and stuff. But it's all very 90s and bloodless.
Yeah.
And in this, presumably the house is like full of ninjas.
Yeah,
the gas.
It was loaded of ninjas. It was the only way to do
And also,
it.
there's no way
It
it was
raises
secluded
it.
to that house only. We also get another cool gag again. Let's just speed run through that. We go to Little Patusan, which up until this point, I thought Patusan was meant to be a very secret, mysterious island, but apparently they have their own Chinatown.
Yeah, LA has its own district.
Partisan Town.
Partisan New Year.
We get introduced to the plot device, aka Romay, She's not a character. She's a plot device.
Is that her name? Rome,
as in romance.
Yes.
Oh,
So brilliant.
Emma Peel.
Arranged marriage. You know, he's gonna get the girl. He's gonna get everything, and then restaurant fight again.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the octopus comes in.
This is the octopus.
This is where the octopus finally comes in.
What's that?
I thought it was a squid. But
Semantics.
he says octopus.
He says octopus.
Yeah. But like the fight scene's great. Because we get to see like a ninja gets taken out and we get to see him crawl off out of frame. Like it's one of those fights where there's only one person fighting at a time, and when the person's been knocked out, they crawl away.
It's got my other favorite bit of martial arts fight scenes where a couple of people get hit. And one of the ninjas realizes that he didn't get hit, so he hesitates for a second, and then he reacts.
Hey, is that the guy that does a huge forward flip?
Yes.
Because I made a note of this. It looked apropos of fucking nothing. In the middle of the scene, just this guy in a blue suit just does a massive somersault in front of Johnny doing a spinning kick, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
I really it's more in kind of like action movies with explosions and stuff, but there's a thing about movies in that era where if people got hit by an explosion, they would do these like picture perfect like gymnastic flips. It's really great. That happens in Commando like 8 times.
This scene's really missing something.
Yes.
Yeah, you need it.
The guy thought that. The director didn't. The guy just thought, oh, you know what I should do? I can win this.
This is your moment, Dave.
I feel like well, maybe they knew like because obviously they're probably shooting on film. They're going to just do one take.
One take.
That's it. I can do whatever I want in this scene.
Sega only paid for one take.
It's the Sega way. They're the anti-Kubrick.
One take, guys.
So they find out from some guy that Mac has been taken to Patasan.
The guy with the hat. He knows all.
He just apparently knows. Like, I have
just
gotten
knows.
information. How?
It's Rome's dad.
We also get kind of the D-grade Indiana Jones map montage scene.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, which seemed to imply, if I remember correctly, that they're going from Europe to Mexico to Asia.
Well, they had to stop with Spain to get more money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that was a recurring joke. Adam's doing it, like the map thing. And he has no fucking idea
like,
where anything is.
Spain.
It actually took them 6 months because Adam's a navigator.
They didn't know where they were going because they had just hijacked a freighter.
Can't we just get somebody else to steer this ship? Oh, I would, but he's so damn hot.
Have you seen those abs? I'm not telling him no.
So they didn't really explain whose ship it is.
No, it's just a ship.
Get on it.
Wait,
Yeah,
where
fuck
was
it.
it? Where was the ship going to Patasan?
I don't know.
They should go on the dinghy, and then where the fuck was it going?
I don't know.
So,
Patasan.
Patasan, we are there. We are there.
The movie kicks into gear.
We're 30 minutes in.
Act 2 of the movie.
Yeah, this is Act 2 now, by the way.
Yeah.
And then they find the caves through hilarious escapades of a monkey and a hot and cold device on the Sega Game Gear.
Yes, we did. That worked nicely.
The caves have the treasure, the knives from Quansu from 1,000 years ago. Beethoven plays when he pulls out this. It's fucking weird.
The music choice in that scene is very strange. They have some sort of Brahms-esque kind of Beethoven-y music plays, which is just...
Well, they play Beethoven at several stages during the movie.
Yeah,
they play a bit of the
in
Ninth,
a restaurant,
which is very upsetting. It was very much like a Clockwork Orange for me, sort of trying to destroy my memories of Beethoven. That's what I'm just screaming every time I hear it.
Johnny finally realizes his true potential as a warrior after Zatch tries to legitimately kill him 5 times.
Yeah. It was just a test.
They fall down the hill, not a scratch on them. They get caught by the chain gang.
The thing is, like this chain gang is led by not ninjas anymore. This is full on militia.
Yeah, the ninjas disappear at this point, and suddenly we've got these like really kind of Banana Republic looking militia guys with like automatic weapons.
Well, no, let's be clear. We have basically the United Nations Army from Street Fighter, who are the villains now, with their blue camouflage.
Yes, just on their desert island, kind of.
I had a theory because the thing was
Island.
shot in Thailand. The thing was shot in Thailand, the same as Street Fighter. So my theory is that some sort of horrible typhoon or Jean-Claude Van Damme's coke habit chased everybody off the set of Street Fighter, and the Surf Ninja team just moved in.
Oh, no, wait, you know what happens?
Cameras.
You know, at the end of Street Fighter, where they all leap into their poses and freeze in midair, that never unstuck. So
They're still there to this
they
day.
turned up on the island and just sort of cleaned up around them. And that was it. You can actually see them in the background of several shots.
We get a weird sequence. Of events coming after this because the rest of the crew decide they're going to go save Adam and Tony Locke, and
For some reason.
Romay insinuates a chain gangbang.
Yes!
With
She does.
4 others.
Yeah, I was like, wild. Like,
And you think they're just going to like maybe not draw attention to it, and then they actively go, "What did you tell them?"
I'll tell you on your wedding
I'll
night.
tell you on our wedding day.
Yes.
No! That was the
Yes,
worst.
I know.
That was the
So
worst
she
bit of the
basically-
movie. I hated
Wait,
it.
in a kids' movie, you can't take 4 dudes into the bushes and have
They're
sex
gonna
with
have
them.
some
They were
adult
just going to
fun.
cuddle. They were just
Going to cuddle,
Daddy,
obviously.
Daddy, what's he doing? What's she going to do with them in there?
I'll
son.
explain to you on our wedding night, son.
When Mummy and Daddy all love each other very much.
When Mummy and Daddy are in a banana republic. You see?
You do whatever you can to survive.
Was this just like one of those, jokes for the dads?
Yeah, jokes for the dads.
Yeah, dads love.
Let's give it a gang rape.
I'm glad I came to this.
Yeah, at least I get a gang rape joke. That's fine.
This then leads into my theory that the soldiers don't have bullets.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Because they had about 20
shit, it's like
opportunities to
Snowpiercer.
shoot all of them.
No, okay, my theory is that, the surf ninjas rock up. The guards all have their guns, but as soon as they see how ripped he is, they cannot possibly hurt that beautiful man. He's too hot.
Run from that hot boy.
He's hot young man. He
The
can't
other
shoot him.
alternative title for this film, Hot Young Men.
Did you shoot a rose?
Would you pluck a beautiful rose? No, you don't.
An annoyingly frustrating sequence number 3, the car chase. First of all,
Oh, yes.
they really get that PG rating when Adam says bitchin'.
Oh, yeah.
The gang rape joke didn't do it.
Bitchin'. No.
And we get the 4th wall break.
Oh
The
my
most
god!
painful moment in the entire film.
And then for this joke,
Let's go
as
through
well.
it second by second.
Let's just break it wide open,
Okay,
please.
so Zach brings out a packet of cigarettes.
No. There's more jokes here, right? So there's a sequence of hilarity here. So they're like, "What are we gonna do? Here, we've got dynamite. Throw it at them." And so Rob Schneider just throws unlit dynamite at
Which
them.
I laughed. I liked that.
I laughed too.
It was stupid,
I
but
like
it was
that
funny.
joke. And he hits a guy and he's like, ah! And they drive off the road. And he's like, I got him. I like that joke.
You should maybe light these sticks of
Yeah,
dynamite.
you should like them. You should like them.
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
It will kill more people. Because that's your goal when you're 12, 16, is to blow up militiamen. And so who has a light?
Zach
has a light.
But Zach
It's in his packet of
cigarettes.
Oh.
So he pulls out his lighter, gives it, and he's saying,
They're like,
"Is
really?
It, is
it's like, I fucking forget. What
I
he
know,
said.
I know.
yeah,
It's a bad habit.
but-
They'll kill me.
And then like
Rob Schneider says, "Well, you should have worn a.
no,
wear a patch."
Yeah, no, he should go on the patch. Turns to the camera. Look who I'm talking to.
And it doesn't just turn to the camera. It's an ECU. It's an extreme close-up of the guy's face.
Yeah.
And he looks
it's-
right
Yeah.
into your eyes, like
I
straight down the
was
barrel.
like, no, this is too much.
Just like they felt,
Damn you, 90s.
they felt like that was the joke.
To be fair, that's a great joke. It's great. I hate it, but it's great. It's great. The saying he should go on the patch, fantastic, but also schlocky, terrible writing.
Yeah, we could. So if they hadn't done the 4th wall break, you would have gone, oh,
Yeah.
that's cute, bad but
To be
cute.
fair, though, that is pretty much how I reacted to almost everything Rob Schneider said. It was like one line too many every single time.
Yeah.
There were so many jokes of his that I wrote down as being like, that's pretty funny,
Yeah.
and then the next line ruins it.
Do you reckon they were improv?
Yeah, he just wouldn't shut up.
I reckon,
I believe
yeah.
Robin Leslie would have the most improvised lines out of all of them.
I think Leslie Nielsen barely talks.
No, so that's why.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. this is a very important thing about Leslie Nielsen, and this is part of his genius. He isn't funny. It's really important. Like, the Zucker brothers said this when they worked with him on Airplane, that what they absolutely loved about Leslie Nielsen is that he has no sense of humor whatsoever. So he never got the jokes he was telling.
No, but
and I think that's very important.
He plays everything straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
He plays it
He
straight.
never got it.
We've got the whole island together.
Yeah.
Revolution is going to happen.
Behind these gorgeous boys.
Yes.
Yes.
And we get to detour into the the very important talk between Romeo and Johnny.
Romeo.
This is the one that you are biting at the heels to
I
get
was
to.
ready to talk about this, yeah. Oh, do I have to? Oh, I have to
that's
talk
my
about it now.
segment.
You have to talk about
it. Yeah, so we get this kind of like really like crowbarred in idea of like maybe ethnics don't know how to have be civilized like us Westerners do, and so obviously she's unhappy about her arranged marriage. Instead, they're gonna have some good Christian dating instead. Yeah. And it just feels really like being clobbered over the head.
Values of Sega.
Yes. I'm super torn about this because on the one hand, it's very much shoehorned Western superiority. But on the other hand, this is the first bit of character development Romeo gets as a character.
So let her talk. So let her say something. Yeah, we're getting to the climax.
The surf and the ninjas, they are going to all create thousands of surfboards, presumably.
In minutes.
In minutes. And cross the... Geographically, I don't know where the fuck they are, but they're going to
It's like
cross...
a sound. It's like a small channel.
Yeah. And they're going to cross... And in like 20 minutes, they're going to create surfboards, teach novices to surf, and then proceed to surf.
I'm gonna go with the theory that everyone in Pakistan knows how to surf.
Did you say Pakistan?
In Pakistan, maybe, but Potissan, I think, is a different story.
Everyone in Pakistan knows how to surf.
There's a really great visual as well where he's...
The siege on Pakistan.
And luckily for them, when they scale the walls, literally every soldier in the compound is looking the other way.
Despite the fact that Colonel Chi has been told that they are coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone knows, but no one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares.
I also just want to note one final thing. They managed to bring over, while surfing, not only their flags, and not only every other bit of gear, which is not on them, but the dynamite.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
went into the water. I feel like it's a volatile substance.
I feel like surfing and dynamite maybe don't mix. Oh, how about dynamite surfers? How about that for a
that you all missed Paul's excellent joke.
What was it?
What did Paul say?
You don't want to know how they got the dynamite over there.
Paul, feel free to edit our laugh in straight after you've said it.
Here's what happened. It was like...
No, I'm going to keep you explaining it.
Okay.
It's not a good joke until you explain it. So we get the fight for Patu-san.
Yeah.
We get the lovely gag of man falling downstairs.
Yes.
Which I'll fight you all. It's a good
It's
joke.
a great gag.
It is a good gag.
I like that
the
gag. One gag that, like, what I said earlier is like there was one gag that I kept remembering. That's how I knew what this movie was. It was the falling downstairs gag.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It works.
Maybe I'm
It works every single time they use it as well.
Every time.
Well, it's the classic, the rule of threes and the modification on each one.
Yeah. And when you get to the third one, he's like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And he just probably throws himself down.
Colonel Chi.
Basically, this is a scene where everybody learns to fight, isn't it?
And Johnny learns to block bullets.
Yeah.
Yes, Johnny.
Yes. Oh yeah, with a sword.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good, actually. It's pretty cool.
He made that look cool. Genuinely made that look cool and doable. Maybe doable.
Can we try?
Should we try?
I reckon.
Like, I'll give it a go.
Let's find out.
One Good Thing's first YouTube video.
It's just at last, I think.
One good thing, I learned a skill. I reckon I could do that.
One terrible thing.
Final battle lasts all of 90 seconds.
Chi is defeated.
Yeah,
Chi's
gone.
defeated.
He gets kicked
He blows
into the
up,
water
doesn't he?
And he blows up.
And he
something.
totally dies.
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And we don't even get a chance to digest this because it's smash cut to the celebration.
Yeah, it's done. We're just like, where this movie is over. Just the editor at this point is like, and then it ends. And then the movie ends.
Do we deal with what...
Well, it ends with Johnny making Pakistan a republic, right?
Like, just dissolving the monarchy,
Just
which would have no
fuck
ramifications
tradition.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I really wanted all the populace to be like, oh, we're not we're not actually really okay with this.
We're not ready for this.
It just goes into civil war.
They
yeah.
are going to
James
vote
Bo-
for the biggest dictator that village has to offer.
I reckon.
Whose first act is to immediately dissolve democracy.
Exactly.
And then leave.
Yes, and then leave.
This is all to be explored in the sequel, War for the Surf Ninjas. Johnny, I have some questions about how this government is going to
I've forgotten.
no, seriously, I do have some It's like, okay.
But Johnny, what about the military?
Also, where are you getting all these instruments from?
Yes. Sudden band.
They swam them across.
Yes. They get their electric guitars, drum sets.
They taught the drums to sing. Taught them to surf, sorry.
And then like
Surfing's easy.
And like the Baba Ram is there, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna see him. So like you have to think back. He was in America touring schools. Was he touring schools trying to like tell the plight of the partisan people?
Was he looking for Johnny?
Yes.
No, I think he was looking for asylum. He was like, help me. A dictator has taken my country over.
A robot samurai.
Help us.
And that after 7 hours and 42 minutes is the conclusion of the plot synopsis very succinctly.
Unfortunately for Surf Ninjas, I felt like it did everything at about 35% capability, didn't it? It was an action adventure kids comedy,
Rom-com.
and it was about 35% action, 35% adventure, 35% comedy, but 70% kids because there were two hot ones in it.
It was 1% gangbang.
1% gangbang.
Yeah.
And that counts for something.
And to
Slight
get that, all together, you get 100%.
Tinge of genocide.
Yeah. It's the movie that has everything.
Some
really.
some implied
Everything and nothing.
everything and some implied
Has a tiny amount
dismemberment.
of everything. It's like a really rubbish tapas meal when everybody's had a bit of something, but not quite a meal.
Yeah, you're not full, but you are sick.
It's the ultimate movie where it's like, oh, what do you want to watch tonight? Oh, I don't know. It's like you're not in the mood for a comedy, but you maybe want a bit of action. You want a bit of genocide.
But you don't really care if you're alive or not.
You go to Surf Ninjas.
I want to watch Schindler's List. Well, I want
I
to
wish
watch.
Schindler's List had comedy and Rob Schneider.
Are we really comparing Schindler's
Well,
List and Surf Ninjas?
This was the actual tagline for it. It was Schindler's List meets Three Ninjas.
Schindler's Ninjas.
I mean, what's everyone's opinion of Rob Schneider? Because I'm lukewarm. I have liked him in things. I think he's got comedy bones.
I really don't like him because like everyone kind of forgets about him when he's in Adam Sandler movies because Adam Sandler's, I guess, the draw card. I'll use quotation marks. But if you look at Rob Schneider in him, he's always playing a different ethnicity.
Yeah.
He's always in like brownface or something.
Like he's a Mexican in Waterboy. You can do it.
Yeah, he's Mexican in Ridiculous Six.
Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, and he's Samoan in 50 First Dates.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that is awful. That one.
And yeah,
why is it okay for him to be doing this and not anyone else?
I thought Rob Schneider was one of the best things about this film.
I just don't like him.
Yeah,
We're getting a bit of dissent.
legitimately see this man trying so hard, and his effort levels is just on another platform.
He is really trying.
But he's
everywhere
Kevin
else.
Jamesing it is the problem.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yeah, he's going on too long.
I discovered a really disturbing trend about Surf Ninjas. It kind of affected, if not ruined, the career of almost everyone involved.
Not Rob Schneider, unfortunately.
Rob Schneider.
Here's how it goes. So I got to use their character name. So Johnny doesn't show up in a popular film for 10 years until he teams up with Dwayne Johnson to make The Rundown. Kelly Hu, so Romay, doesn't show up in a popular film for 9 years until she teams up with Dwayne Johnson in The Scorpion King.
He's the magic ticket.
Wait.
You need The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock can bring you back.
And then next year, holy shit, and then the year after that, played Lady Deathstrike in X2.
Zach,
Jesus.
Ernie Reyes Sr. shows up in Street Fighter. And then, other than that, he doesn't really act unless he's being directed by his son.
Really?
Evson Kolar, who's a producer, this was the biggest film he made, and now he's dead.
Because of the film.
That's on his grave.
Because of the film, yeah, you made it sound like that was direct causality.
Neil Israel, the director, this was the last theatrical film he ever did. John Carlin, who played Mac, this was the last film role he ever did.
Oh my God.
And Nicholas Cohen, who played Adam, it was the only film he ever did.
He's also dead.
This ruined everybody's career.
The people who came out the best
Sega?
was Rob Schneider and Tony Locke. Tony Locke because he has a rap career to fall back on, and Rob Schneider because he's a comedic demon and you cannot kill his career.
Well, the thing about Rob Schneider is I think he's best utilised in those like supporting roles in Adam Sandler films. I will admit that at the time I quite liked Juice Bigelow, and I was still quite discerning even as I was a twat when I was a kid, so it was
definitely
difficult to please. But I think he's best utilized as the one-liner man in Adam Sandler films. Yeah. So he has got like some understanding of comedy. He does do comedy.
He's
from time
you
to
can
time.
do it guy, right?
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, cut his fucking head off. Yeah.
Classic line.
Classic Schneider.
Everyone grew up with "You can do it."
Yeah.
He's meant to play. He's playing someone who everybody in the movie finds obnoxious.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's this outdated idea that you would have a comic relief character, and it feels like a very 90s idea. It's Jar Jar Binks, you know. It's instead of having characters being funny on their own, incidentally in the story, have one guy do all the jokes.
Sean forgot to mention when they were at the beach and the kids were surfing.
Yeah,
Rob Schneider got up and we could see his dick.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck! That also reminds me.
He was wearing the swimsuit, and you could see his outline. And he was.
Oh yeah.
Was he packing?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Paul has breaking news
about penises. So Rob, remember when Leslie Nielsen, General Chi, gets electrocuted at the end?
Yeah.
And he grabs his cock, and it's got he's got a big old lob on in his hands.
Like there's something there. It's not like just a Michael Jackson style grab that area. He grabs something.
There is a close-up. There is an ECU on the John Thomas.
How do you feel about this movie now, having rewatched it? Like, is it a positive feeling, a negative feeling? Let's start with the Baby Beer guys. Who wants to start?
Yeah, sure. Kind of reaffirms the fact that my tastes have changed, and and things that I thought were great are no longer great, and I'm okay to accept that.
You've grown.
I've grown as a person,
and then you groan when you watch it.
I groan. Look, I expected this to be a lot worse. It's still quite bad, but it was watchable. This film has actually bits going for it. That's about as serious as I'll be.
Well, I definitely found it entertaining. I laughed like a lot. It was one of those laugh at the movies, you know. But there are movies that we watch that are bad, that are just so boring. I listened to your episode about Battlefield Earth, where it has like the funniness of the campiness of John Travolta, but there's just so much
in between
boring averageness.
Dead weight.
This movie doesn't have a lot of boring nonsense happen.
So.
There's always something crazy happening.
There's 3 plots worth packed into it.
Yeah, and that for me was worth the price of admission.
What can you expect from a movie called Surf Ninjas?
I can tell you one thing I'd expect.
Yes, surfing ninjas.
I know you can. I mean, we can expect it. We didn't get much.
No, exactly.
We got some entertainment. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun movie. Like, yes, is it terrible? But, I mean, you can have a fun time watching it, really.
What about the one good thing, guys?
Yeah. Good.
I really appreciate that you guys had a fun time watching this and laughing together. I think the first hour or so, all that Paul and I did was look at each other, like faces like melting portraits. It was
very early on. Goodman said to me, I think this is in the bottom 2 films I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Like, early on.
Seriously,
you
for
are
the
very
first 45 minutes, I thought this was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my whole goddamn life. There's nothing worse than an unfunny comedy. And it just...
Very few of the jokes actually land, do they?
Oh, God. Yeah, it only turned around after Johnny started fighting.
Yeah.
He is a good fighter.
So hot.
Yeah,
he's a good.
He's 10
not
times
only
better
is
than his
he-
father.
Yeah.
Not only is he an attractive teenage boy,
Hot boy.
he's a very good fighting boy as well. Like he had a bit of the Jackie Chan about him. Like we were saying yesterday, he's like it's like the clowning.
Yeah, the expression on his face of
The
sort of
clowning fighting style. Yeah, and he was managing to get this like an actual performance and all these emotions into the way he was fighting and the way he was like reacting to people coming at him. He was like all of a flurry trying to like block shots and then sort of spinning around and falling over and landing and flipping out of the way. It's genuinely like good choreography, and from the reviews and from the like, you know, the what can you expect? It's like you write it off as like it's a kids movie. It's called Surf Ninjas. What do you expect? But there are so many good kids movies out there. And there's no excuse that Surf Ninjas just sucked constantly.
This movie needed to be like produced by Steven Spielberg.
like Transformers one.
Because he knows kids movies. He could have maybe managed this into something watchable.
Maybe.
It's Ernie Reyes Jr. has that ability, and you see it in the rundown so much more, where he has that ability to create a fight scene similar in the vein that Jackie Chan does, where it's so chaotic and his face is telling a much different story than his body is. It's his body is completely in control, but his face is giving off that kind of organic, oh shit, what's going on? I'm just doing this on autopilot, where it's so meticulously crafted and you believe every bit of it.
Here's the thing that I hate in movies is a cynical atmosphere. I really hate that. That's what I got from Bucky Larson and Lesbian Vampire Killers, where they weren't fun. They were just fucking mean. And I hate that. The other thing I hate is a good atmosphere that feels really fake or like contrived. So I didn't really get either of those two things from this. It was fairly well-meaning, fairly high-spirited in spite of the gang rape and genocide and all of that stuff. You know, those little things. Aside from that, it felt like a well-meaning movie with characters who were fairly affable and not, well, with some exceptions, not too annoying. Yeah. Except for Adam. I really hated Adam. I'm from with child actors. In conclusion, I'd say the film is relatively harmless, and yeah, I can totally see why someone who saw this as a youngster would have sort of nostalgic feelings towards it. It really reminded me of Street Fighter in that sense.
Yeah, don't you dare judge me.
Street Fighter's a bit of fun too.
So, are we happy to quickfire?
Yeah, sure. Number one for me is the soundtrack. That soundtrack was pumping me along the whole time, whether it's weird Van Halen at the start or kind of more so not the weird music choices they inserted in, but the actual score is just that synthy vibe, and it's kind of way too heavy for the stakes that they're trying to present. It's glorious, and I love it. Every minute of it. That's what kept my energy up for half this film.
The costumes are pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They might be culturally appropriate, but they're vibrant and different, and look like they've been, had some care and effort put into them. The soldiers have.
They look like they tried. Yeah.
And same with Colonel Cheese outfits. It's pretty rad, I think.
So James, I had sound and Phil had costumes. You have light.
Lights?
No,
my God, no. I just
quick it.
I just love the dude falling down the stairs, man. It's like the best gag in the entire film. Like they found a location. They found the world's longest stairs somehow. It's like Ace Ventura when nature calls, when the slinky goes down, but it's a person.
Oh yes.
I appreciated the use of sets.
Yeah.
It added to that that feeling that this film was done in some sincerity. It had actual sets built.
Mine is my first one is the only time when Leslie Nielsen definitely made me laugh on purpose. Like he did a gag that I laughed at, as opposed to me just laughing at him. The gag was as follows: kill them all. Wait, I've got call waiting. Click. Hello. Kill them. Kill them all.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. And then like went back to the previous call of telling them to kill them.
Yeah.
Like he's just. I like the idea. This isn't the only story he's got going on. He's got other people he's trying to murder as well.
Other kids.
The kids, yeah. He's trying
Other
to destroy
attractive
the whole
boys.
country, yeah.
I'm trying to murder.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll just Rob Schneider, and because he gave it his all.
Disagree?
He gave it his all, and there is just a level of charm that I will fight people on.
Okay.
That
fighting me.
I have never got in another Rob Schneider film.
Something happened. I don't know what it is, but it happened. And now every time I say what if, it comes true. I said what if the house blew up, and it blew up. I have this tremendous responsibility. What if I lose this power? Oh my God.
The fight choreography is not that bad.
No.
And in fact, in some parts, it really shines. I think there are some certain action scenes that are really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the like the Zatch one where he miraculously learns to fight once he gets the knives.
The cave.
Yeah, the cave fight where he just suddenly knows how to fight. Glossing over the fact there's no training montage.
No. It's because he grabbed a sword. Maybe the sword had the power. It's like Excalibur.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that fight is one of the kind of showcases when it's actually working, and obviously those two are both professionals, in terms of screen fighting, and it really shows in certain points, particularly those two characters
it's
they
the
know
most
what they're doing.
chemistry that two actors show on the film.
Yeah, father and son.
Yeah. I guess the Sega game.
Oh,
it looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks like a good
fun.
game, and then like the sad part, like the actual game doesn't look like it, which is pretty sad because like you're like, oh, I saw this movie, I'm gonna go get Surf Ninjas.
The scene at the end of the second act where they finally got everybody surfing. There are some really impressive shots of about 30 people surfing in a row.
And that music.
Less about the music, more about the surfing.
Oh, the music.
I'm not as enamoured about the shitty butt rock as you are. But the surfing was magical.
I have a Rob Schneider line. The only line I feel that he didn't then ruin by elaborating on it or turning to the fucking camera and talking about it is when it's a pan shot. It's after the fight in the restaurant, and we just pan past Rob Schneider, who happens to be talking to a waiter, and he says, when I ask you not to put MSG in my food, you do put MSG in my food, don't you? And he's like, yeah.
Yes.
It's like, I knew it. Back round again, or...
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a quick one. Maybe a quick one, like an actual quick
The moment
fire.
when the house blows up and there's
damn you!
There's the first bit of true emotion shown by any character, and it's the bit of emotional resonancy that the film has and kind of hinges upon.
I think there's tons of chances for you to make jokes with your friends about the movie.
Yeah,
Good
that
mystery
is good.
science banter.
Yes, it's a mystery science movie. Yeah.
This movie does it terribly. Like it does it so poorly, but it it sets up like payoffs for later. Like it's like the whole like, oh, I wish I was a king. I'm a king. In a normal movie, you usually set things up and they come back later, and it kind of everything comes full circle. It's nice, and when things happen, it's not random. This movie is just too obvious about it, but at least it knows it needs to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I really like Leslie Nielsen's mask.
I
thought the way it kind of is crushed around his mouth, it has like a real like melted aesthetic, which kind of makes the left side of his face, the right side that's covered by the mask, look like it. It hints at the massive deformity underneath the mask. And whenever he spoke, he had that like weak half a mouth that was kind of creepy. And maybe they could have focused on that instead of something else.
My last good thing then is kind of like a theme more than anything else, and it's the theme of the 90s. This felt like a time capsule. You had Rob Schneider, you had Leslie Nielsen, you had adventure movie setting, like young kids going on adventure, like Conga or fucking
those bright 90s colours.
Those bright 90s colours. You had the ninja aspect from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the like. The surf aspect from movies like, what was the one about like heading to California with Nintendo involved? The Wizard.
Oh.
You had like the sort of fetishization of the East Coast of America, and it felt like a little, and Sega, of course. Shinobi gets a name drop.
This kind of undying optimism through some pretty atrocious acts.
The 90s were a more innocent time.
The 90s were a time of hope.
Yeah, I guess it is a bit of a roaring decade, isn't it? It's there's like innovation in like the sort of most naive way possible. It's like kids like ninjas, kids like surfers. Let's do surf ninjas. Or it's just looking around the room and being like, hey, we like TVs, right? We also like doors.
You guys are so saying his way through that script.
Well, I think that's right, because today you'd be like, yeah, but ninjas aren't testing well amongst young audiences.
Market research has shown.
And it would
it's like the Wild West
groups.
back in the 90s. It's like, go make your surf ninja movie, you bloody cowboys.
We'll give you $10 million. Do it.
I'm really not sure we can afford Fruit Loops in this shot. So,
no, Fruit Loops paid them.
Oh god. Okay, I think we've just about covered surf ninjas.
Yes.
We could probably do another half hour or so of discussion, but
sure.
I'll probably tie it off there, and we can talk a little bit about the one better thing. The one better thing. So, who has
better thing?
I have a better thing. If you want like a slapstick action comedy, go watch Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go watch Kung Fu Hustle.
Definitely.
It's got the same kind of like innocent kind of like fun approach, but the Kung Fu's really, really, really good. And it's just got more happening in it.
Yeah. I'll say for my one better thing? One better thing. Check out the 2005 film The Protector. That is the Tony Jaa led film where he's basically a fighter in Thailand who protects elephants, and an elephant is stolen and taken to Australia, and he comes here to get it back, and he just fights people everywhere, and it's wild because he's trying to get everywhere he goes, he asks for his elephant back. So it's like the Simpson episode where he's like, "Where's my elephant?" But he kicks the living shit out of everyone, and he's great at it. He's a fantastic fighter.
So my one better thing. My one better thing's a little bit more mainstream. It's the not Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've got a lot of the same humor, and it's not an incredible film by any stretch of the imagination, but where it does succeed is what I was talking about with Surf Ninjas, which is that emotional resonancy, and that's what they get between the characters of Leonardo and Raph. They clash constantly throughout this film, and it's when Leonardo gets brutalized and incapacitated that their friendship, their brotherhood,
do they cripple a turtle?
Closer. And it's kind of a beautiful moment in the movie, and it's just where you've got the same type of humor, but there's just more of an emotional center to it.
I alluded to it earlier, but the Jackie Chan in general, but specifically the Armour of God films, Armour of God and Armour of God 2, Operation Condor, when you're looking for action comedy at its best, you know, in these films, it's embodied by Jackie Chan, which is kind of like the direction that Johnny Ernie Reyes Jr. was going, which is what I loved so much about it. The jokes aren't in over-explaining or easily dated like this film is. It's just part of a long line of physical humorists like Chaplin, Keaton, Tom Green, that kind of thing. You know, all the
I see what you did.
All the greats.
Tom Green.
Cool. My one better thing, aside from Street Fighter, obviously, is so what is this movie really? What have you got at the heart of it? You have got a young kid who's going on an adventure with a sort of stern authority figure, learning how to fight, is really good at fighting, and needs to sort of discover themselves as well as having this sort of big old adventure. So I'm going to recommend Logan, which features a way better kid.
I thought you were going to say Lord of the Rings.
I mean, there's that too. There's that too. But Logan features a young kid on an adventure with a stern old guy, and she's going to get into his heart and also learn how to be a vicious, murderous killing machine. Great, so you've got lots of one better things. The one better thing. There's absolutely no way that there's going to be time left in this edit for us to talk about where they find us, so just do what you'd expect. Google
you know it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
And be sure to look into the wonderful podcasts of Baby Beard.
At Baby Beard Media on all good sites, such as Twitter, Instagram.
And our podcasts are up on Spreaker and SoundCloud.
And we're on Instagram and YouTube and other stuff, so have a look around.
Okay, so I'm Paul Salt.
I'm Paul Goodman.
I'm Sean.
I'm Phil.
I'm James.
And remember, the one good thing about Surf Ninjas is a ninja falling down an endless staircase, just again and again and again.
Guys,
hey,
we have a bit of a surprise for you. I've wrangled the other two in for this.
Sadly.
No worries.
1 1 1 1 1 good thing. 1 1 1 1 1 good thing. One good thing. I didn't know we'd sing. One good thing. One good thing. You got me rocking and a rolling, potting and a casting. One good thing. One good thing. We're here with Paul. Confusing. There's two Pauls. Saw a painful film like a kick to the balls. One good thing. I didn't know we'd sing. They want us to stop like a rocking and a rolling, potting and a casting. One good thing, one good thing. One good thing. One good thing. Please God don't sing. One good thing. One good thing. You got me rocking and a rolling, potting and a casting. One good thing. One good thing. We're Baby Beard. Australians can be weird. If you thought we'd be shit, this is probably what you feared. One good thing. Didn't know we'd sing. We'll stop soon. You got me rocking and a rolling, potting and a casting. One good thing. One good thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Feel free
That
to
was
cut
amazing.
that.